Life in the new town was different. There were no familiar faces, no old voices reminding me of what I couldn't give. I woke each day before sunrise, tied my wrapper tight, and joined Mama Sade in her smoky kitchen. We sold rice and beans, moi, and amala with thick udu soup. The work was hard, hot, sweaty, but I liked it. It kept my mind busy and my heart from breaking again. People called me Madam Eat-a Rice at the junction. They didn't know my story. They only saw my quiet smile and my fast hands. One evening, a customer returned to the shop. A tall man in a white shirt and brown trousers. I had seen him before. He always came quietly and sat in the same corner. That evening, he waited until Mama Sade went inside. "Madam Ada," he said, "may I ask you something?" I nodded. "Yes, sir. Why do you always smile like someone with no sorrow?" I blinked. "Because the world already has enough people who frown." He laughed softly. "I like that." He introduced himself. His name was Tund. He ran a small mechanic shop nearby. He had kind eyes, the kind that look straight into your soul. Every evening after that, he came to the shop. Not always to eat. Sometimes just to talk. We talked about everything: music, childhood, the price of gari, the heat. But we never talked about children, or marriage, or pain, and that made me feel safe. One Sunday afternoon, Tun invited me to his shop. It was small and full of grease and old tires. But he was proud of it. "I built this place from scratch," he said. "Every nut and bolt. I can tell. It smells of hard work." He smiled. "And so do you." I looked away shyly. Nobody had spoken to me like that in years. We sat under a tree, drinking cold malt. The breeze was gentle. My heart felt light. "I don't know your full story, Ada," he said quietly. "But I can see your strength. Whatever you've lost, it didn't destroy you." That night, I cried again. But they were not tears of pain. They were tears of release. Over the next few months, Tund and I became close. He didn't rush me. He didn't ask too many questions. He simply showed up day after day with kindness. One rainy evening, I finally told him everything. "I was married," I said. "For years. No child. My husband married a second wife. I left." He said nothing for a long time. Just looked at the falling rain. "I'm sorry," he said at last. "I don't know if I can love again." I added. "You don't have to," he said. "Not now. Not even later. But if one day you feel like trying, I will be here." His words were soft. No pressure. No demands. Just quiet hope. And for the first time, I felt something deep in my chest. Not sorrow. Not fear. But maybe the start of healing. 3 months later, Mama Sade called me into the kitchen. "There is fire in the back room," she shouted. We ran. It was the small cooking room flames rising fast. The oil had spilled. The fire was spreading. We tried to throw sand, water. Nothing worked. In minutes, the small building was gone. My room, my clothes, my little box of savings, all turned to ashes. I sat in the dirt, watching smoke rise into the sky. Again, I had lost everything. But that night, something unexpected happened. Tun came, holding a nylon bag with bread and sachet milk. "You'll sleep at my sister's place tonight," he said. "Tomorrow, we'll figure things out." "But I have nothing," I said quietly. He crouched beside me. "You still have you. That's something." He didn't take advantage of me. He didn't try to touch me. He simply stayed. And when I lay on the mat at his sister's house that night, I knew something had changed. I had fallen. Not into shame, but into love. After the fire, life felt uncertain again. I had nothing, no clothes, no savings, no home. But this time, I didn't feel alone. Tun stood by me like a rock. Quiet. Strong. Unshaken. He helped me find a new place, a small one-room apartment not far from his shop. It was nothing fancy. Just a mattress, a gas stove, and a wooden chair. But to me, it was a palace. A fresh start. "You don't owe me anything," he said one evening as he dropped off a bag of groceries. "You don't have to repay me. Just don't give up on life." I smiled. I gave up before, but now I think I want to try again. I went back to work, not with Mama Said this time. I started my own small food table near the motor park. With the little money Tun gave me, I bought a small cooler, a table, and a big umbrella to shield me from the sun. I cooked jollof rice, beans, and fried plantains every morning. By afternoon, I was sold out. The drivers loved my cooking. They called me Madam Ada Jollof. One day, as I washed my pots, one of the drivers joked, "If your cooking is this sweet, your children will be sweeter." I smiled. But those words still hurt. Children. Even though I had tried to move on, that empty space in my life still echoed loudly. Weeks passed. One morning, I felt strange. My head spun. My legs were weak. I thought it was stress. I took palm oil and salt, like Mama used to do in the village when someone was dizzy. But it didn't help. I lost appetite. I slept too much. Then one day, I vomited 3 times before noon. Tun rushed me to the clinic. The nurse, a cheerful woman with a head tied too big for her head, asked questions. "Have you missed your period?" "Yes." "For how long?" "Almost 2 months." She smiled wide. "Let's run a test." I sat there, heart beating fast. I didn't expect anything. After all, I had seen over 20 tests in the past, and they all screamed negative like a curse. But this time, she returned with the paper. Her smile was even wider. "Congratulations, Ma. You are pregnant." I froze. "No," I whispered. "Yes." She laughed. "The lines don't lie. You are carrying a baby." I didn't speak. My lips trembled. Tears filled my eyes. My hands shook. Tun took the paper from her. He stared at it. Then at me. "You're sure?" he asked the nurse. 100%. He turned to me. Slowly. Gently. Ada, this is real. I broke down. Right there in the clinic, I fell on my knees and cried like a baby. Years of shame, heartbreak, rejection all pouring out in loud, heavy sobs. People gathered. I didn't care. I cried into Tan's arms. God had remembered me. The next few days felt like a dream. I walked through the town like a queen. I greeted strangers with smiles. I hummed while cooking. I rubbed my stomach gently every morning. There was life inside me. Not just food, not just hope life. Tund was excited. He told his friends. He bought baby clothes, even though it was still early. He rubbed my feet every night and made sure I rested well. You are carrying my future, he said one night. I will protect both of you with my life, but joy doesn't always come without fear. Sometimes, late at night, I'd wake up sweating. What if I lost the baby? What if it was a mistake? What if I wasn't strong enough? One night, I cried again. Tund found me in the kitchen, sitting in the dark. I'm scared, I said. He knelt beside me. Me too. But we'll go through this together. He wiped my tears and held my hand. That night, I stopped being afraid.